Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Career Success. Okay, hi, everyone, and welcome back to our part two for our Let's Talk About Career Success with our guest, no other than Bernard Martinez. Bernard actually had shared to us already how he started in the seafaring industry, but if there's one thing I believe a lot of you are very curious and would like to know, what was his dream when he was a kid? Did he really dream to become a seafarer? Okay, and let us just take a look and ask him. If it's a yes, well, that's quite great. If it's a no, then what was your dream job, Bernard, when you were younger?
It's definitely a no. I never even considered to become a seafarer. It never crossed my mind because all I wanted to be is a pilot. I That's my first goal. I wanted to be a pilot. Uh, actually, to tell you a story, when I was in high school, we had this. One of the teachers told us to there's the session, and then one of the teachers told us to close our eyes and then imagine what would you be 10 years, 15, 20 years from now, she said. So then I closed my eyes. I saw myself, I saw myself wearing a white uniform with epaulets because I wanted to be a pilot with epaulets. I'm leaving the house, going to work. My family is at the door. I have a wife. I have three kids. I cannot see their face because there's no face. But I have three kids. I'm leaving the house. I'm happy leaving. They're saying goodbye. And I'm on a white uniform with epaulets. So I said that was my vision. Okay. And then eventually, when I went to college, I was trying to find a school for aeronautics. The school was so expensive. So my mother told me that why not shift to a different course? And she told me why not try physical therapy, because at the time physical therapy was very in demand, right? So I said, okay, I will go for an exam, take the exam for physical therapy. And then I saw one physical therapist wearing a white uniform. All white, right? Physical. Oh, okay. So I just brushed it off. And then my mother is a nurse. So she told me, do you want to become a nurse as well? I said, okay, I will go for an exam, take the exam for nursing and physical therapy. So I took them both. I passed them both. And then I had to choose which course I'll take. Eventually, I took nursing because nursing is also one of the in-demand courses at that time. So I took nursing. And then, of course, the uniform is all white. Right? So I said, maybe it's nursing. I envisioned myself as a nurse. But what about the epaulets? I don't have the epaulets. I said, no, that's fine. I'm white. I have my white uniform. This is probably my vision. And then now, looking back, I was able to work on board the ship. I have these epaulets. I'm married and I have three kids. So I really, I never imagined myself being a seafarer, but sometimes, fate brings you there. You'll not know why, but God works in mysterious ways, as they say. So now it's clear to me that my vision was that being a seafarer and have that family. So no, I never ever probably considered being a seafarer before.
But well, I mean, it's not only a transition, but how it came to. I mean, how it came to life. I mean, you're from being a nurse. I mean, from that vision, and then you took up nursing, and then after that, you became a seafarer, and quite accurately, the three children that you have right now. So it's a blessing. It's really, I
I,
think, sharing to you a great life that God will bless you with, and at the same time how you are a blessing to many as well on board,
oh,
if there's one thing,
thank you.
right?
So
And
that transition happened.
mhm.
So I'm the eldest one. So
Oh
as soon as
yes.
I finished college,
Mm-mm.
I already tried to find a work because I need to help my parents. Right?
Uh-huh. Yes,
So
so on that note, after graduation, so what was the first job and how did you transition?
so I applied in a hospital because I graduated,
Mm-mm-mm.
but they won't accept me as a nurse because I don't have my license yet.
Okay,
So
got it.
I applied as a front desk clerk or admitting staff. The person who will be, interviewing. Listen to this. Front desk, like hospitality, I will be interviewing patients' relatives before they can get a room. I have to have them fill up a form, interview them to find out their, capability of paying because it's a private hospital. So at that time, immediately, I'm being trained in hospitality. I didn't know. I'm being trained to become probably a recruiter because I'm
Uh-huh.
interviewing people. So and then uh, as an admitting staff, admitting clerk, I became a telephone operator. So communication would be a key to to become a good telephone operator because you'll be
That's
answering
true.
phone. Not only answering phone, I'm the one doing the paging in the hospital.
Wow, okay.
Whenever you page a doctor, paging doctor whatever, and then you're needed at the emergency room. I'm doing that. So at that time, I'm being trained, and I didn't know how to do my trainings on board, right? So and then part of that is also being a radio operator. You have to know all the codes that used in. I'm being trained for that. I didn't know. So and then after that, I got my license. I wanted to go to the nursing service, but there's no opening. And then there's an opportunity that came in. A manning agency is trying to recruit somebody for their communication staff. So I said, okay, let me try because, I need to help my parents. So I went out from being a nurse. I went to being a communications assistant in a manning agency. Communication that I do is from if somebody still knows what a telex is. Do you know what telex is, JB?
Yes.
Telex. So I'm a telex operator. So it's a combination for those who are listening that don't know what telex is. It's a combination of an email, a satellite, a call, a cell phone, and a satellite phone. So I prepared the message. I call the ship telex number, and then once it replies, I send the message, and then it gets print out in the ship. So that I'm being trained again. I didn't know for this position. So so I transitioned now from being a nurse in a hospital or being an employee in the hospital to this kind of position, and then I eventually went into being a documentation officer. I became the section head of the contract processing of the company. And then I became a customer service representative on another company. I resigned and then there was a customer service representative. I did that job. I'm also being trained for that to be talking to different people. Uh, and then an opportunity came for the first position that I have, which is an operations assistant for engineering. And then I grabbed it. I said, I needed a job. It's going away from my career, but maybe there's something in it for me. You know, so that's how I transition. All the knowledge that I have gathered throughout my career from the start, I made it my strength. So all the administrative clerical works that I gathered, all the knowledge, that's what I used when I came on board and become an operations assistant. And then I gained more knowledge on board that made me now as a part of HR as a labor analyst.
Yes. Wow. That's quite a great, I mean, transition, right? So it's like from what Bernard had just shared to us, everyone, it's like each job that actually we have, we must take into consideration, just like what how his mindset is. It's a training ground, right? It seems like it's preparing you for the next that is something big. Now it's easy because we know where he is right now, right, Bernard? So,
Yes.
but for you right now, Jamie, I don't know yet what will happen for the next one. Then just simply take it as a training ground, and just like what
Yeah,
Bernard had mentioned, enjoy the journey, right, Bernard?
make it your strength. Whatever you learn
Yes.
throughout the way, make it your strength. It
Uh
will
huh.
definitely help you wherever, whatever path you go. It will definitely help you.
Yeah, so that's I think that's a great positive mindset, because again, sometimes might it might be the job that you have right now seems so difficult, or
Yes.
seems like, why on earth am I here? Sometimes you don't know, but it's just like Bernard had mentioned, it's preparing you for the next step. And once you actually transition on board, all of those, right, Bernard? All of those experiences, it
Yeah.
seems like it prepared him for what he will become, because the role that he has on board right now is very important and crucial as well. And when it comes to growth, he keeps on growing. Why? He's ready. When there's an opportunity, he was ready because he made the most out of the situations, and you turn it into strength, right, Bernard? So when there's an opportunity, he got it. So I think same thing with all of you. So if you make the most out of it, looking forward when the opportunity arises, you'll be prepared for it, rather than when opportunity happens and you're not prepared, it will pass by you,
Yes, that's true.
right?
I agree.
And I think you also I'm thankful that you were able to answer my other question. So my other question was, what made you decide to career shift from a nurse to a seafarer? So I think you were able to share that already. So
So
that's
just like any other OFW,
Mhm.
your main goal is to help your family.
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
main goal is to help your family. So
And when you have that heart, to help the family, I'm the same with Bernard. I want to, have my own savings, and at the same time, have help my family. God will bless you with opportunities. All you simply have to do is at least be prepared for it. So I just want to have a follow up question. Were you happy and satisfied with your decision, Bernard,
oh,
of shifting to career?
definitely. I mean, whatever decisions you do in your life, you have to own it because you did it. It's your decision. Nobody forced you to do it. Some forces may be, because it's like this. That's why I needed to do this. At the end of the day, it's your decision. Whatever you decide on, you have to stand for it. So no regrets for me. Even if I was not able to practice my nursing, I even if I have already the license, it doesn't mean that you're a failure because you didn't become a nurse and that's what you studied for. No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
And I agree with again what Bernard had mentioned. If ever the main course that you have is not really what you're doing right now, it doesn't make you a failure. It can still be a stepping stone for your success right now, because he can still use some of his learnings, and I know that because I work with him. So he's able to, but in a different light. I think he transitioned and he made a decision, and he owned it. So that is what is important for you. So when we do transition as well, what is important is you know the reason why, and you make the most out of it. And in order for you to become successful in the career that you will be choosing, or maybe you have right now, or the path that you're taking, is, you're taking responsibility that, hey, this is the choice that I've got.
There's
And
always risk
mm,
in your transition. There's always risk, definitely.
yes,
But you
exactly.
have to. You have to. If you don't take the risk, and nothing will
Uh-huh.
happen to you.
Yes. And you might always be wondering, like, right, Bernard, what if? What if? What if? And we don't want to live with what if in our lives. So take that risk. If you're not that sure about the risk, take calculated risk. At still, uh, if you won't take that first step, then you will not be able to enjoy that thousand or miles of journey that, maybe that is in store for you. Now,
If
on that
you
note,
take a risk, actually,
yes,
I
uh-huh,
would say, if you take a risk, not all
mm,
risks would become positive, right?
uh-huh, that's true.
So, but the journey that you do in taking that risk, all the knowledge that you'll be able to accumulate, make it to your strength.
Yes, exactly.
So at the end of the day, any risk will not be a failure.
Agree.
See?
Now, because now we're talking about the success from his career. I mean, Bernard's career success. But then again, in order for you to relate even more and be inspired with his story, what were the challenges that you encountered in life before you even became a seafarer, and how did you overcome it? So that at least they know that, hey, life is not, that easy. It's not although magic is there, but there are challenges you have to overcome. What were those?
Oh, challenges. A lot. My main priority is to help my family. So how will I be able to help them if I don't better myself? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't take risk, if I don't take all the challenges and turn it into a strength. So challenges with how to earn enough for the family, challenges how to become successful, well, successful, to become, in your career, whatever career that you might want to do. There's a lot. How I did I overcome it? I took it day by day. you know you cannot be thinking all the way forward and be miserable while doing it going forward. Eh, you take it one step at a time. You cannot be overreaching. You cannot be very, on the other hand, very complacent that, I'll become one of these. You cannot do it. Just take it one step at a time. And every experience, every challenges, every knowledge that you gain, turn it into a strength.
And again, so that's again a great nugget of truth and tip for everyone. So just turn it into your strength, because once you turn it into your strength, it will work for your advantage and not only disadvantage. Plus, maintaining that positive attitude really will definitely help you a lot. Now, from all the roles that he had shared to us a while ago, in those roles that you've had, Bernard, what do you love the most?
The present one,
Huh?
the
The
present role
present
that I'm
one.
doing, the labor analyst.
Uh-huh.
Uh, with this position, I'm able to help leaders. Uh, I'm able to help crew members understand what MLC is all about. I'm able to, for those who do not know what MLC is, these are the basic requirements to become a seafarer. Like, what are the hours of work? How many hours do you need to rest? What are uh, the size of the cabins that you need? Those, until those details, small details, that is what MLC is. And now I'm on board in being the subject matter expert of MLC on board. I'm able to help crew members and leaders understand and, guide their crew members as well. It's very fulfilling.
Yes, and his position actually, what Bernard is doing really is a significant role for, to help not only the ship and the department as well, but just like what you've mentioned, the leaders, operations. You know that for those who are working in the operation, it can be very, very busy, and his expertise as the subject matter expert for what he is actually doing helps a lot for everyone, just to keep the balance and check. And one thing I think, and when I will actually know that Bernard is also admired because how he deals and communicates clearly with the leaders at the same time he's helping them. So it really helps extra even in terms of, and he's not only doing his job, but at the same time, the support. The leader knows that when they need something for clarification, he's there to actually clearly explain it very well. Now, and then before the last few questions that we have, Bernard, as a seafarer, I asked a while ago, like the behaviors or what are the positive and the negative that you can give them as an advice. But this time, I would want to ask you, before when you started as a seafarer, what were those challenges that you like encountered, and how did you overcome it? At least three.
Okay, definitely. Number one, on top of the list, being away from your family. It's very difficult. Uh, if especially for the beginners, right? So for the first time, who will be leaving home and living alone, going to a place that you've never been to an environment that you've never experienced and never seen before. Being away from the family is definitely on top of the list. How to overcome that? Communication with the family would help, but definitely the the first word that I mentioned in this interview, you have to have courage. You will not survive if you don't have that courage in order to overcome everything. Uh, another one is dealing with different people, dealing with different culture. Uh, those are the challenges. Now, how do you address that? Simply just think about that these people are just like you, is the same as you, that has needs. Whatever you need, they also need, So you have to see them as the same as you level, the same level as you. If you see them too high, it will eat you up. If you see them too low, you're too arrogant. So you have to see them eye to eye, level with them, and understand to yourself that they are just, same as you. They have needs. What else do I have? Living independently. Because like us Filipinos, we used to, we all have still living with our parents, big family. There's always somebody in the house. There's always somebody that you can call, that you can talk to, But now you're living alone by yourself, taking care of yourself, nobody to wash your clothes anymore. Nobody to fix your bed anymore in the morning. So yeah, those are the challenges. How to cope with that? Wow, I don't really know how to, but it takes a lot. You have to understand. Hmm. You have to understand. Just understand that you have to do this. You're already an adult. You have to be mature about it.
Yes, indeed. Wow. So those are quite a lot of challenges that Bernard had to overcome when he, was starting in the seafaring industry. But then again, it was worth it, right? Because he's
Yes.
definitely enjoying the role that he has, and at the same time, the perks and benefits of being a seafarer. The seafaring or the cruising industry indeed was affected, a heavy toll from the pandemic crisis. But in spite of, we're glad that operations are now ongoing. With that, before we end, I would like to ask Bernard for tips for our aspiring hospitality professionals and leaders and those who are already in the seafaring uh, business or profession. So, for HRM students and other students also from other courses who dream of becoming a part of the cruise line industry, what are the at least 3 to 5 advice you can give them?
Okay, okay. So HRM, hospitality, hotel and restaurant management, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
HRM.
Yes.
So HRM is very broad. There's a lot of sectors of HRM. You have guest services, you have housekeeping, you have the galley, you have the dining rooms, you have the bar. Okay, so my advice for those who are graduating, as early as now, try to identify which area of expertise you want to be in. I was able to interview some HRM or hotel personnel during my course as a fleet manager, assistant fleet manager, hiring them. I was able to interview some of them, and on their resume, I would see that they are HRM graduates, and then they worked on a hotel in guest services, and after 2 months they transferred to the dining room, and after 3 months they transferred to the bar, and then they transferred as being housekeeper. you know Whenever you apply for a position in a company and they will see that you've been transferring every 3 months, it's not a good sign, because there's no expertise on the knowledge that you've gained. So you would be asked, when you ask them, what would you like to apply for, what position, and then they will say any position. It doesn't work. Sometimes jack of all trades is good, but when it comes to the seafaring industry, you have to have an expertise, because that's what the companies are looking for now. You have to have it. So as early as when you graduate, you have to identify which part of the HRM are you happy with doing. That would be my advice.
Yes, again, just like what Bernard had mentioned. So again, there are different departments, and again, it's quite broad. So anyway, stay tuned. Also, I believe you are studying it already in your courses. But then again, our subjects. But then again, please watch out from my YouTube channel. Practical information about what's really happening again for cruise line, airlines, and five-star hotels. So those are what I will be sharing to all of you, so that at least you'll have an idea. So that just like what Bernard had mentioned, you're ready. And you will not, I call this like, don't be a grasshopper. From from the your resume, because I try to avoid that as well when I was studying, or when I started working, because they told me, Jamie, HR, okay, the recruiters are actually looking at it exactly from the, I know, golden nugget again from our recruiter. So they are actually looking, try to stay, because the only thing is sometimes a lot of people move from one job to another, because it seems like this is new for you and you don't like it. Being professional and gaining expertise, you have to stay, see what you can gain, see what you can learn, and then see also how you can grow in that position. So that's very important, everyone. So please take note of that. And then next one is, I also would like to know, Bernard, for other seafarer applicants for any of the deck and engineering positions. So any helpful tip for the recruitment? Is there anything that some of the applicants are doing it not greatly or not? Let us just say they should avoid that. Instead, you should give them helpful tips at least.
Yes,
Three.
number one, I can remember. Most common mistake is they don't know about the company that they are applying for.
Mm.
You have to research about the company that you are applying for, because you have to know what you're getting yourself into. There would be an applicant that would tell me, I want to apply for this position. Whatever position that you have, I would like to apply, whatever company. I said, do you know anything about the company that you're applying for? No, but I'm a seafarer. I'm an ordinary seaman and I would like to apply. Okay, I told him, what are your experience? I have experience in a ro-ro kind of ship, passenger ship. Okay, so the company that you're applying, the company that I'm hiring for is is a shipping company, but it carries cattle, livestock. It's a livestock ship. So people avoid livestock because of the smell and everything. And as soon as I tell them that, they, the face is, what? A livestock vessel? No, thank you. You don't apply like that. You have to know the company that you're applying for, because you will be working on that company. So the recruiters would also like to know that you've researched about their company. Do you know how many? I would ask them sometimes. Do you know how many ship the company has at this moment? Some of them know. Can you name, or some of them say yes? I know how many ships. Can you name one? They can even name one. Those kind of information they need to know. Uh, they have to also know, because they are technical people, they have to know the international standards, technical international standards. There are some standards that the domestic ships are doing that is not internationally accepted. Sad to say, but they have to know what the international standard. Whatever you're doing on the ship, it might be internationally standard, it might be not. So you have to know what the international standards is. So that would be my tip for technical people applying.
Okay, great. So everyone, so I know a lot of you are, looking for a job right now. So, but what better way to apply but be strategic? Take into consideration what Bernard had shared, because again, he used to recruit. Okay, he used to be a recruiter for 5 years, right, or more. I
Yes,
think
5 years.
more. So again, those are really golden nuggets that are priceless. And of course, for a new seafarer who just got on board, or existing seafarer, what suggestion can you give them in order for them to become successful in their current career on board right now?
Never stop learning new things every day. You don't stop. As soon as you stop, as if you stop living. You have to have every day a different knowledge, gain different knowledge every day. You have to have that, or else you will not go any further. Now, for example, a wiper would like to be a motorman. If you don't learn what the motorman is doing, learn new things, you will not be a motorman. You cannot be promoted. So it's as simple as that. Never stop learning. Do every day, do something every day that would help you uh, achieve your goals, one step at a time. Do something every day to make you get closer to what your goal is. And then always, of course, review. I call it sharpen the saw in seven
Yeah,
habits.
that's
So
good.
sharpen the saw. At the end of the day, after using the saw, on a day after using the saw the whole day, at the end of the day, you still need to sharpen the saw. You need to learn. You need to attend trainings, learn more about other stuff, leadership,
Mhm.
careers, all of those things.
So, wow, those are, great ways on how you could become successful in your career right now. A lot of people are saying on board, sometimes they're not happy because they're not growing. Sometimes, growing doesn't only come when you get promoted. But growing, just like what Bernard had simply shared, you're actually growing and developing. And as a learning and development manager on board, during that time I was working as a seafarer, that's my advocate actually for people to know that growth and development is not only promotion. Promotion is one, but before you actually get promoted, you should be enriching yourself. Exactly what Bernard had just simply shared. Wow, so I hope you learned a lot, everyone, with what Bernard had shared to all of you. And before I say actually thank you to Bernard, I have we're just simply excited to get to know him a little bit more. So Bernard, there is a version for our interview for today. It's called Flash Thought Talk. Okay. Aside from the tips that you had given our viewers, they are also interested to get to know you a little bit more. So let's have this thought talk. So flash thought talk. I'll give you a short instruction. For example, I want you to tell me what is the first thing that comes into your mind when I say certain words, and
Okay.
you'll just simply share to me what's the first thing that comes into your mind. So we only have 3 minutes to complete this flash thought talk, so that at least our audience can get to know you a bit more. So let me just praise our timer. Flash thought talk for Bernard. So Bernard, are you ready?
Ready?
Okay, so I want you to tell me things. The first thing, it could be like a word or words or phrase that comes into your mind when I say this following word. So 3 minutes starts now. Cozumel,
Mexico.
Port Canaveral,
Embark date.
Bahamas,
Uh, Lunch out.
yes, Grand Cayman,
Tendering.
Cabo San Lucas,
Oh, very nice place.
San Diego,
Uh, Navy.
Barcelona.
The church.
I agree. Then next one, which one will you prefer? So again, you can just choose between the two, cold or hot,
Hot.
airplane or cruise line,
Cruise line.
black or white,
Black.
sweet or spicy,
Sweet.
rice or bread.
Rice.
Okay. If you will be, a vacation destination, what will you be?
A tropical paradise.
Wow, okay. How about a car? What will you be if
I
you're a
would
car?
be I would be a McLaren.
Oh, a McLaren. If you're a chocolate,
If
what
I'm a
brand or what type?
chocolate.
Nice one. All-time favorite. And then, what's your favorite? So you can just tell us your hobby,
Hobby. Sleeping.
drink,
Ooh, coffee.
food.
Kare-kare.
Oh, hangout place.
Parks.
Okay, tell me the first thing that comes into your mind if you will say this. I want
I
anything
want
that comes.
a healthy life.
Yes, I do not like.
I do not like sad things.
Yeah, that's true. And in your career or job right now, I love to.
I love to work on board the ship.
I wish I could.
I wish I could be on my next step in my career.
Yay! And last one, I will.
I will do everything to make it there.
Wow. So I definitely know that a lot of people are inspired by your story, but at the same time, I believe they were so happy to get to know you a little bit more. Looking forward that this is not only the first time, hoping when Bernard again, because he will definitely be sailing in just like a few more weeks and he's on to his journey again. But we're simply so grateful, Bernard, for for you having joined us and sharing not only your flash thoughts, but at the same time, your inspiring career journey. So I'll give the floor to you so that in case you want to, whatever message you'd like to share to our audience.
Oh, thank you. First of all, thank you, Jamie, for it's a pleasure to be here. Just like what I told you, we're just like in the office talking to each other,
Yes.
right? We're just like in any day in an office, talking with each other on a normal day. So for your followers, I hope they share your videos so a lot of people can be reached with what you're doing. I know that you love what you do. If there's one person that is very consistent about it, I would tell that it is you. So more power to you and your channel. But I hope I see you back on board and we can work together again.
I am quite excited actually thinking about that. Well, just like what Bernard had mentioned, it seems like, because when we work, we sometimes have the time to really talk and it really feels like, it's great. It's great to be together again after long time. That was February. I think that
It's
2020
been
was the
it's
last
been two
one.
years. It's been 2 years.
Wow, 2 years since we had this chat. So I'm simply so happy and we just simply communicate on social media, but it's simply so great to talk with Bernard once again because he's full of wisdom. You'll meet people along the way. Some are talented, some are they have wisdom to share, but I think Bernard is a combination of both. So I'm just simply privileged also to meet him. So that's why he's really one of those people who are on top of my list when I share. I would want to invite people who in this channel, you'll get to meet my audience so that at least you can learn from them. And thank you so much too, because your support really is greatly appreciated. And looking forward, let's see. I'm not closing my doors to, seafaring. Now I'm just venturing to one of my passion, but just like what I've mentioned to our leaders, my heart is open to always go back. Yeah, in the seafaring industry. And if there's one thing I'm excited to work with Bernard once again, so that we can collaborate and at the same time do more for the company. So with that, anyone you'd like to greet, shout out?
Of course, to my family, they've been very supportive of me. Thank you very much. I love them very much. I love them to death. That's it.
Yes.
Just my family. That's my strength.
Yes, exactly. I know how much he loves his family. We talk about his family when we were working before, all of us. So again, everyone, looking forward to that. Again, this is another episode of Let's Talk Career Success that helped you, bring not only great future for yourself, but also for your family. And again, should you have some comments or questions, please drop it down on the comment box and Bernard and I definitely will be sharing our thoughts about it. And thank you for joining us. And more especially, thank you, Bernard, for joining us in this show. So I wish you all the best and I'll see you in my other episode because he has a lot to share to us in other topics. So anyway, I'll surprise you all with that. But then again, once he actually comes back and flies back to the Philippines, I'll try to grab an opportunity to talk to him again.
Sure. Pleasure.
Yeah. So with that, everyone, thank you so much for again watching this episode. If you find this helpful and informative, please click like, and I'm inviting you to please subscribe to my channel. This is a Jamie Iris empowers the training and career channel for you, or you might be watching the teaser of my video from my other channel. That's Jamie Iris Talk TV. So with that, everyone, I simply want to say thank you, God bless, and stay safe and stay healthy. More than that, stay learning. So with that, everyone, see you in my next episode. See you, Bernard. Thank you so much.